Hi guys, this is a VR to Lonnie who wants to know what I want to be when I grow up for his 100 sub goal. I'm smoking one of my Hobbit pipes. This one's the Shire. I really like these corn cobs. They're very easy to smoke and they suit me, I think. And in it I'm smoking my Frankenstein blend, all the odds and ends of tobacco I've got left over. It was beginning to get a bit full, so I decided that what I would do is smoke that for a bit. And to be honest, it's a lot better than I thought it might be. But what do I want to be when I grow up? Well, first of all, I don't want to grow up, but if I have to at some point, I think I want to be an engine driver, driving one of those big steam engines that roar up and down the railways, or did certainly. But I want to drive one particular steam engine. It's a steam engine called the Mallard, and it broke and still holds the world's steam engine speed record, which I think is something like 127 miles per hour or a bit more. When I was a little boy, well, when I was even littler, if I'm going to grow up, I was stood on Doncaster Station and I was with my mother, and this man came from another platform and said to my mother, "Come with us," and grabbed my hand and dragged me to the other platform that was behind us. And there she was in full steam, and she had the mallard on the front and she had the enclosed sort of rig on her so that she had the sloping front and the blue body round her. And we sort of just looked at it, and the engine driver, like all engine drivers of the time, was sort of treated almost as God. People were crowding round him and talking to him. He wasn't the engine driver who broke the record, he was just an ordinary engine driver. But they were considered the heroes of the time. And then suddenly the guard blew his whistle and waved his flag, and she began to pull out of the station. An amazing sight. All steam and smoke and noise. And it was just as if they were alive. So I'd like to be an engine driver. But just to tell you a little bit about the record, I don't know a lot about it because I haven't read it up or that kind of thing. But it was an ordinary train, it was a regular service, I think. But it had a carriage attached to it which gathered the speed and the statistics. But the company had put in an engine driver who was a little bit of a rebel. They wanted a driver who they knew would go for the record. And there came a point when they were almost at the record and the bearings were running a bit hot and it was a little bit touch and go. But he trusted the engine and said, "No, come on, give us some more." And the fireman had been stoking like hell, coal into the boiler, into the firebox, and he just touched that little bit more speed until they broke the record. And that record, as I say, still stands today. So when I grow up, I'm going to be an engine driver. But I hope that's not for a long, long time yet. I've got other things to do with my life, like playing. And I think we should all learn to play, to spend time just enjoying and just playing. I'm going to end with a joke. There's a friend of mine came to see me, and he said, Stephen, he said, I've got a problem. He said, while we're on night shift at the paper mill where we both worked, he said, I think my wife's having an affair with somebody. And he said, in fact, I'm fairly certain of it. So he said, but will you come with me just as backup? He said, you're a big lad. And I said, yeah, of course I will. And he said, I don't want any trouble. He said, but neither do I want to be left so that I'm going to get beaten up or something like that. So I said, okay. And sure enough, during the break in the middle of the night, we both got up and went to his house. And the front door was unlocked, so we quietly went in, went upstairs, and there's his wife in bed with his next door neighbour. So they were both asleep, so we grabbed the cover and sort of threw it off them. And they both woke up and were looking startled. And he was about to grab the guy and get him out of bed when the wife said, hey, just a minute before you do anything. Do you know that big television we've got downstairs? So he said, yes, what? And he said, well, he paid for that. And he said, you know that new carpet I got in? Yeah. He paid for that. And you know you wanted that fishing rod and all that fishing equipment? And he said, yeah, well, he paid for that. So my friend turned to me and said, well, what do you think we should do? I said, cover the poor bugger up before he catches cold.